Adolescence, the 4-part British series starring Owen Cooper, Stephen Graham, Ashley Walters, and Erin Doherty, quickly rose to the top of Netflix charts. And it's no surprise. From the very first moments, the show grips your attention, manipulating hope. Much like Gus Van Sant's Elephant, with stunning cinematography that draws you deep inside the story, every frame feels deliberate and haunting. One shot in particular stands out, a masterclass in cinematic storytelling. It begins with D.I. Luke Bascom leaving the school with his son. The camera lingers just long enough to capture the weight of their interaction before panning smoothly to follow the victim's best friend as she crosses the road. Then, in a seamless transition, the perspective shifts to a drone shot, soaring above the town, capturing the quiet despair hanging over the community like a storm cloud. The drone descends again, landing on Stephen Graham's character exiting his van and quietly laying flowers at the crime scene memorial. This single take, fluid yet deliberate, is more than just technical brilliance. It encapsulates the interconnectedness of everyone involved in this tragedy. No one is untouched by what happened. Not the families, not the students, not even the investigators themselves. The town becomes a character in its own right, bearing the scars of collective grief and complicity. This sequence alone speaks volumes about the care and precision with which the show was crafted. Back to the show itself. As the investigation unfolds, the series delves into pressing issues of modern masculinity, even name-dropping Andrew Tate a couple of times. But it pulls the scab off much bigger issues. The systemic failure is far greater than any single blogger or influencer. Kids sneaking out at night, showing utter disdain for authority figures, teachers rendered powerless, and an obsession with being liked. All paint a bleak picture of contemporary adolescence. Watching children carry knives evokes echoes of earlier times, like Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet, when 13-year-olds were thrust into adult responsibilities far too soon. Or so we once believed. The show has a lot of shocking and eye-watering moments, but one scene continues to haunt me. When the psychologist asks Jamie, "Do you understand what death means?" Life and death are fundamental concepts, yet their full weight eludes us until we've experienced loss or parenthood, or perhaps developed genuine empathy. Understanding that taking a life is irreversible requires more than intellectual knowledge. It demands emotional maturity. Stabbing someone isn't like blocking them online. It leaves scars that can never be undone. Yet Jamie's response reveals a troubling disconnect, a refusal to acknowledge the gravity of his choices. The psychologist's calm persistence contrasts sharply with his defiance, creating a tense power dynamic that speaks volumes about the battle for truth and responsibility. Adolescence doesn't offer easy solutions, but it forces us to confront uncomfortable questions. How do we raise children who value life and take ownership of their actions? In a world obsessed with likes and fleeting validation, how do we instill lasting empathy? These are the challenges facing society, and they linger long after the credits roll. Adolescence is already sparking intense debate across news channels and social media as audiences grapple with its unflinching portrayal of modern youth culture. While it's unlikely to achieve the same tangible societal impact as Mr. Bates vs. The Post Office, a series that directly catalyzed legal reform, it has undeniably been an eye-opening experience for British society at large. Whether viewers or parents or not, the show forces them to confront uncomfortable truths about the world we've created for young people, a landscape rife with disconnection, fear, and misplaced priorities. There is a common saying used in healthcare and education: children are not small adults. So common, perhaps, that we as a society stopped understanding its true meaning.